but ultimately I think he's just gonna have to do a 3 left turn just to get out of Vader's arc.
So here's an interesting question on how, because once again, I don't typically use single shot cards. Um, so I'm looking up the exact wording on Adrenaline Rush, like when you actually get to use it. When you reveal a red maneuver, you may discard this card to treat that maneuver as a white. Okay. So my question there being, depending on where he put Rack, if there was a question on if he would bump or not with Vader, would he has to basically use the card first before he figures out if he bumps. Does that make sense?
Yes. I believe so, because it says when you
Yeah, when
reveal.
you reveal. Yeah, it's not after you
So,
complete.
yeah.
So we will get to see here. Looks like they're both set. This will be an exciting turn. Or at least this will be. Okay. He smashes. So this is actually really funny because I beat Morgan in the regular season of Aces, and he
Hmm.
was running a very similar. He was running a Chirno Vader,
Hmm.
and it came down to my Soontir on his Vader,
Hmm.
and I had given him initiative
Hmm.
because I won the roll, so I got the choice.
Hmm.
And he said he's never taking Vader without VI again, and yet here we are, and he's running
Well,
Vader without VI.
supposedly, according to Kelvin, he went back and forth about
Yeah, he sent
17 times or
something like
something.
that. Yeah. So
So,
I got to visit Kelvin back right before Easter. I
uh,
was driving through his through Kansas City, and I crashed with him for the night, and we were talking about that and everything that was getting sent back and forth. Who wanted to play what? Okay, so he's looking like he's wanting to block Rack up while
yep.
at the same time protecting himself.
Ooh, 5 forward.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
So just
Oh,
well,
fit.
he can boost out of it, so actually that's not too bad.
Is he touching?
I don't think so.
no, he's clear.
Okay, he is just clear. Man. Okay.
That's pretty huge.
Yeah, that would have been bad news bears had he bumped.
Wait, is he gonna stay there and take a shot?
I don't
It,
know. Well, so he
that he's taking actions.
yeah, he's got two. So he target locks him. That's
He's
fine.
saying he's gonna lock, yeah. He's gonna boost.
Okay.
Okay, now
That would have been suicide. I feel like to, because he would have got a shot on Vader, but I can't imagine he would have survived there after a
yeah,
Vader and Awakened shot.
Yeah. Well, so the only reason I can feel like he would have sat there is if he was wanting to prevent Rack from bumping in. So Rack could have taken the range one shot. He would have used Vader to block him back
Yeah, I
further.
get that, but
But
I
yeah,
don't
no, I don't.
I don't think Tex wants to shoot at Vader. Is
Yeah.
the thing. Like we said, he's kind of already committed to Oiken, and Vader's got an evade too, so
So interesting note. Oiken didn't Dauntless.
he did not. Yep. The only thing about this though, is I feel like right now Morgan's winning, and after all the dice of this round, I feel like he's still going to be in the lead. But positionally, I think Tex has got a bit of an advantage here because Oiken's kind of in a bad spot.
Yeah, he's
'Cause,
gonna take a while to get it
yeah,
back
it's going to
around.
take him a while to work back into it, and Morgan's Vader, there's no way he's going to be able to get a shot on anyone next turn. Just going to have to bank or hard turn out of there,
Yeah.
as opposed to Texas Vader could easily 2 left turn and boost to get a shot on Oiken, or just 4K and then boost focus and get a nice shot on Morgan's Vader,
Well,
probably.
so I feel like Morgan's Vader is gonna just turn and burn, so he's gonna do like a three bank, and then maybe
Mm-hmm.
even engine to get even farther.
Uh-huh.
And Oiken's gonna do the same thing. It's like
Yeah.
they've had the first pass, they're just gonna create space, re-meet up in the corner.
yeah, I agree. But and also I agree with you, Blair, that the positional advantage is actually with text now, which is
Yeah. So now here's the big roll. Can Rack get a crit through?
yeah.
And will it be a big issue? Because he's got the pilot skill shot, right? Like, so even though he's down on hull, he wins the shooting war here.
Yep.
If there's any justice, he'll get like a natural 4 hit.
Right. That is not what he needed there.
Oof.
No focus.
Yeah, that's brutal.
No focus shown.
And really, that's pretty ideal if you're more, because you had no crit, and then also you can activate Isan next turn now.
Yep.
That was like the perfect roll for Morgan.
Yeah.
Morgan's tracking his damage cards at the top. Oh, jeez. Oh, it doesn't matter. He'll just gunner it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Predator. Yeah, there you go. 3. That's
One hull.
What's that?
Just you got 3 hits, sir.
Yeah, 3 hits. Yeah.
2
down to 7. It's almost halfway through. Or no, he is. He's over halfway through.
And he's got the evade with the Admiral.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he does. So it's only 2. So he's exactly half.
Yeah. Unfortunate for Tex.
That's why you bring a gunner to a decimator fight. Those rolls.
Yeah, I played the Adepticon. I mean, you were there at the Saturday tournament.
Mhm.
I had a rear admiral with gunner and Vader.
Okay.
A bunch of people were flying interceptors with auto thrusters.
Yeah.
I felt bad.
What else did you run with it?
Center.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. That's pretty funny. I still can't believe I won the 2v2 with was it Joe? Is that the guy's name?
I don't remember.
Basically, there was a 2v2 teams tournament, so it was 75 points apiece. Or so it was 150 point teams tournament that no one player could have more than 80 points. So you could do like an 80-70 if you wanted to shift points slightly to make things fit. And my twos partner, so I was going to drive up Saturday. This is up in the suburbs of Chicago, and I'm in central Illinois, so I'm like a good 3 hours out from there. And I ended up I was going to originally go up for the dogfight tournament, which Sozin was talking about, which was on Friday. And I had work stuff come up, and then I was like, okay, I'll just go up for the day on Saturday. And one of my buddies that I normally play with down here is going to come up with me, and it's a twos tournament, so we'll go up there and see what happens. Well, he got called into work that Saturday morning, so like the night before, and so I just posted on like the Chicago X-Wing group. It's like, hey, I need a partner for the twos. Is anybody going to be up there and want to play and doesn't have anybody to play with? And one of the local guys from Chicago was like, oh, I'll be there, and I don't want to play Imperial Assault because that was going on at the same time. And so we met up at like 9 in the morning, I think. I think I got up at like 5:30 to drive up there and hashed out a list and then ended up winning the whole thing.
Wow. So was it were you guys allowed to look at and talk about each other's dials?
So they did let us. We could look at each other's dials. We talked about that because you could always talk about your dials. You just for whatever reason you're not supposed to look at each other's dials, which I don't know. I guess that's kind of weird. But I think that that heavily helped us and the reason we won because we ran Jackson Soonter with Stealth Auto and PTL, and then 5 Academies Hal Runner with PTL. So we had a 6-pack TIE Swarm that, like, I had 3 TIE Fighters, he had 3 TIE Fighters, but we ran them in formation and were able to do that.
Yeah. Whereas
granted, I mean, it's generally a TIE Swarm flies right where you think it's going to go, right? You don't typically get like, oh man, they did a 3 bank there instead of a 2 hard turn or something like that. But nobody else that we were playing against really flew. It was very much like, here is your list, here is my list kind of a thing.
Yeah. I really wouldn't want to do one of those. I talked to a guy at my local store, And you told me to email him some info about potentially doing that, but that's something that sounds really fun to me. I've been wanting to do something like that for a while.
One of the things we've been doing locally down here at a couple of the different more, so it's not like X-wing events, but at like miniatures tournaments and things like that
Mm-hmm.
that are going on, or gaming cons and that kind of stuff, is we do random pair 50-point teams for charity.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever charities associated with the events. So you bring a 50-point list, and you will randomly get paired with another 50-point list, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Empire and Empire. Like you could get a Scum or you could get a Rebel list, and you only play one game each. Like, and then you switch partners every round. So, and it's always participation prizes. It's not like you're you don't get like they don't track your wins to like win something, right? But it's interesting to see what like someone else brings, and then like suddenly you have like Lando on your team giving you extra actions when you're Scum, and you're like, wait a minute. So that's been a lot of fun too.
All right, so Oiken just gonna go 2 forward. He goes 2 forward and stashes a lock on Chirano. And looks like Tex is gonna save that adrenaline rush and just do a 3 left turn here.
Yep. Maybe a boost.
So what was Vader's second? Vader boosted, didn't he?
Morgan's Vader boosted. Yes, he boosted and evaded. Okay. And I think Chirano's gonna have a good chance to get a hit on him here.
Yeah.
He takes a lock in with Gunner. And I think what Tex is thinking about, he's thinking, well, if I boost, I can get a nice range 1 or range 3 shot on Oiken. He's already got that lock on him, so he can boost and just focus or evade. And I think, but he's worried if he's going to get a shot.
I'm curious if Rack's actually going to have a good shot, because he's probably going to be range 3. He's got to go.
He's going to be range 3, but with the focus and his ability and Gunner,
he's not going to have his ability at range 3 though.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
He's just going to have Gunner.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that Oiken actually should have an evade token on her, shouldn't she?
Start of combat.
Start of combat, yeah.
Start of combat.
But if I'm Tex, I go for it here, I think, because at range 3 through that rock, if I can take an evade after I boost, I'm probably safe.
Yeah.
And
he has Predator on the shot, too. So, I mean, that's...
Well, Morgan has Predator.
Oh, that's right.
Tex does not. Yeah. But still,
right.
he, with that crit, that ATC, I would go for it and just hope.
And you're range 3 with the rock for the defense, so you're probably not going to take anything.
Mm-hmm. I think he's just thinking, if I boost...
He's probably trying to line up what is where he wants everybody to be in the following turns as well. So there he goes. He does it. And really, if that's
gonna be close.
Yeah, that's really tight on range. I'm also curious as to what he's doing with Rack here. Oh, looks like just a 2 forward. Okay, never mind. That's not nearly as fun. It's like if he's cutting up, then Vader might be in the way, or he'd be in the way in the following turn, kind of thing. Oh, I think he's going to be out based on that target lock check. But maybe not.
He was out.
No, he was out. Rack was out. I'm curious about Vader.
Oh.
But I think Vader's still going to be out. He's up, but he's farther back. This is one of the frustrating things when I realize that these are like 2 of the 4 people I beat in the Aces regular season are playing for the championship.
Well, at least you did well against the top players.
Right. I just couldn't beat anybody else.
When's your
I don't know. He just posted it today, so I got to talk to Hothi. That's going to be an interesting matchup.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to that one. I got lucky because basically I played Tex when he'd already punched his ticket. So he just ran some... What did he... I think he just ran that 2 Hawk Cavo list we were talking about, Tyler. And so I was running like I had like Vader and 5 academies, so I had a pretty competitive list. So kind of lucked out.
I've played the 2 Hawk Vader lists, or the 2 Hawk Caval lists.